Hopefully this is working. If not, guys, we'll just roll with what we got. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Quantro. Please excuse me clearing my throat. We caught some bug here coming back from the south where it's supposed to be warm and it wasn't. So again, if you have any trouble during this presentation like sound, make sure you've unmuted your sound. There's a little speaker in that platform. If you have to log back in, sometimes it defaults to muted. To help ensure you have the very best experience, please follow these guidelines. On the right-hand side of your screen, on the bottom of it, if you're on a phone, it should be somewhere in there too. If for any reason there's a reconnect button. If you need to log out and come back in, make sure your sound is unmuted. Simply hit the reconnect button and it should find you a new path, a new internet path into better sound and better quality. That should solve any issues. So let's talk about the risk and disclaimer very fast. Understand everything you do out there has volatility. Cryptocurrency investments are highly speculative and volatile. There's a significant risk of losing your entire investment. Market prices can fluctuate widely and immediately. There's no guarantee, no promises or assurances that you'll earn any money, profits, or specific income levels. Any figures or examples shared in this presentation are estimates and not promises of future results and used for informational purpose only. Please understand, past performance is not indicative of future results or success, or hypothetical performance we show tonight are not reliable indicators of future success or financial outcomes. This is in no way, shape, or form any financial advice. We don't provide it on this or any presentation. This is for informational purpose only and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. You should consult a professional, licensed professional, if for any investment decision should you need one. Regulatory risk. Please understand the crypto market is largely unregulated, especially in the United States. You may not have the same protection or traditional investments or transactions, and transactions are irreversible. It is your sole responsibility to assume all responsible and risk for any financial decisions based on the presentation we are providing tonight. You are solely responsible for understanding and paying any applicable taxes on your cryptocurrency gains or losses. Please understand, Quantro Network is a cryptocurrency platform. It does not report to the IRS or any government agency. For example, 1099 or any of those forms. You are solely responsible for tracking, recording, maintaining any and all accurate records for account activity, including but not limited to deposits, withdrawals, transfers, and any reward earning. You're solely responsible for determining whether any activity conducted through this platform constitutes a taxable event under the laws and applicable jurisdiction of where you live. You are solely responsible for the timely and accurate reporting of all taxable income, gains, losses to your authority. Quantro Network does not provide tax, legal, or financial advice, and no information provided to this platform should be interpreted as such. Quantro Network does not report user activity, earnings, or transactions to any tax authority on behalf of the users. Due to the decentralized and cross-border nature of cryptocurrency, tax treatment may vary significantly between different jurisdictions, different countries. It is your obligation to be in full compliance wherever you live. Failure to report taxable activity may result in penalties, fines, and other legal consequences for everywhere you live. By continuing to use this platform and staying on here, you expressly acknowledge that Quantro Network bears no responsibility or liability for your individual tax reporting obligations and any consequences arising from noncompliance on your behalf. We strongly recommend that all users consult with a qualified tax professional for licensed and tax financial advisor who is experienced in cryptocurrency taxation. Please understand, and this is very important, we already have users breaking it, and this is what this is about tonight somewhat. This presentation is copyright protected. This webinar presentation and every piece of material shared tonight on this call, including but not limited to any slides, any videos, any graphics, any scripts, and strategies, training content, recordings, verbal explanations, are the exclusive property of Quantro Network Alliance. That's us. Any unauthorized recordings, copying, reproduction, distribution, sharing, screen sharing, video use of any kind of content in whole or part is strictly prohibited without us saying it's okay. And we are not going to say it's okay, just so you understand that, guys. You need to create your own. This content is provided for educational and informational purposes only and is intended solely for the registered participants of this session. Anyone using it any other way will be removed from the call, banned from the call, and access denied, and will be subject to legal action under applicable copyright and intellectual property laws. We will take action. So please abide by this copyright protected notice. Let's talk about Quantro and why we're here and how it's changing people's lives. Quantro Network, me and Mike Donaldson got involved with Quantro in November 19th. We actually got involved in September. We started, the management team from Quantro contacted us. We were a little hesitant, like most people naturally. And we said, I don't know. I don't think so. No, thank you. And they started asking us what we thought, what we would like, what we'd like to see. We started giving them things, this is what we'd look for, but we're still not interested. And then in October, we came on board. They offered us a master distributor position. We gave them some more things we needed to see and understand. And then on November 19th, the company opened up to us, me and Mike Donaldson, to start trading on the platform as kind of advanced beta testers. They already had testers in house, but we started testing it ourselves with a live account. Then on December 2nd, they officially went into the soft launch, which means we started inviting some people we knew, friends, family, coworkers, people, associates we met in the past, and here we are today. Now, it's official on April 13th, which is roughly 6 days from now. We are going live downtown. We'll get back to that in a few minutes. What does live actually mean? Hold that thought for a few minutes, okay, guys? So let's talk about the CEO, Jeremy McCain. He was born in California during his college days. A little after that, career-wise, he moved to Texas, outside of Fort Worth, Dallas area, in a small, I guess to me, them, it's a small town, Frisco, it's called. He got involved in crypto in 2021. He's a geek at heart. There's no other way to say it. He loves art, and he got involved. That's what attracted him to the initially NFTs. If anyone heard of that, if not, you can Google it. These were these Bored Ape NFTs out there. They were really hot at that time around 2021. These Bored Apes were initially selling for several $1,000s, 10, 15, $20,000. And then over a year and a half, they got to ridiculous amounts. We are talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. These were artists drawing these funky looking apes. And then the fad crashed and it died. It just died. It wasn't a Ponzi rug. It was a fad. But he got hooked on crypto and the possibility there. That's where he met a lot of his team here, his core management team. Jeremy McCain is the CEO, founder, creator of Quantro Network. The operations manager is Paul Lashbrook. He lives in the UK. Andrea lives in Spain. She wears a couple hats. She's the administrator, head of administrative, which falls under finance and support. Then there's Tivo. He's the risk manager. He makes sure the trades and all that stays on the Rhine. He manages the trade team, the risk management with his team. And there's Declan. He manages the dev team, the developers, and works hand in hand with Matt. Many of you have seen us many times talking to Matt. We forwarded messages to Matt. He keeps all the lights on. And when the lights goes out, he's changing the light bulbs or finding a new socket. He's the programmer guy. Okay. Now, when we started here in November, they were informed here that the typical process here for owners and dev teams is when they have social media, a lot of marketers seem to have a tendency to go to Facebook, social media platforms, and so forth to contact them for some strange reason. They think that gives them credibility. And then when they have a problem because they made a mistake, someone in their upline, sideline, downline makes a mistake, they rush to that platform saying, hey, can you help me out? Instead of going to support where they have trained staff, they go to the CEO or the chief marketing officer or the CFO, because that's who they have contact. I need you to fix this. I need you to fix that. These guys aren't support. That's what they have trained support people for. So what they did to be preemptive is basically hide their social profiles because they do not just think about it. If your phone went on the blitz, your computer went on the blitz, you don't call Bill Gates at home saying, "Hey, on my Windows 11 it's broke. I got a bug. What's going on, Bill?" It just doesn't work that way. I know that's an extreme thing, and I know that's a lot of not normal, but to make sure people use the support, these people are trained, and you can see a lot of comments in our group about how amazing support is. They fix stuff when we screw it up, just the way it works. Okay? So let's talk about what Quantro solved the problem. Almost everyone on this call, or many people on this call, have heard about bots and how they work. They trade automatically, whether it's automatic, AI. AI has been around for 3 years. It's probably hotter than the sun right now. The problem is most of these bots work well in what's called a bull market. When the crypto's going up, you see all this hype out there. People saying crypto's going to 150,000 like 5 or 6 months ago when Trump came into the White House. He's very crypto friendly president. Oh, crypto's going to blow up. It did for a few months. It took off on a tear. And then reality set in and crypto went on a bear market and several companies collapsed. Actually, I can name three of them that collapsed because their bots don't work in up and down markets. They're not consistent. They don't have performance data. They don't have any guardrails. I've seen several companies tell me they trade 5 or 6 days a week, and on weekends they do maintenance on the bot. Well, what happens on a Tuesday or Wednesday should the market go crazy? No one's monitoring it, and by Saturday, you can have bad things happening in the market for people who know trade knows what I'm talking about. So you need guardrails in there. It needs constant moderation, constant oversight. Not actually trading it, but you need the guardrails, and that's what we're going to be talking about here real quick. The company itself is registered in the state of Arizona. Why the state of Arizona? That's where he got legal advice to go and get licensed, even though he lives in Texas. And you can go to the Arizona Corporate Commission website. I believe it's called it. I believe that's what AACC stands for. And you can download their license, see it for yourself. It's basically az.cc.gov. And you can download and see the LLC license. It's an LLC license because right now, the platform that Quantro operates as a software as a service does not need SEC licenses. Uninformed people will think it's a security. It is not. It's very clear on there. There's case law to prove that. It is not a security. So they don't need none of that because they don't handle fiat. They don't need NMSB because they don't actually take your crypto. They don't take custodial charge of your crypto. They don't need an MSB. That's a payment processor which moves it into the different various platforms that they trade on. They have the MSB license. They have all that required. And there's a long explanation the CEO gave, and we can go over that at another time, but that's how they operate. Software as a service or a SaaS company. Now in Arizona, because Jeremy lives in Texas, for those people, and there's many on this call, who's registered an LLC out of the state they live in, you have to get what's called a registered agent. A registered agent is someone who lives in the state that the corporation is licensed in. They act as your legal representative. You just can't pick a name out of a phone book. They have to sign legal documents saying they will represent the company within that state. And the person that represents Quantro, their address is listed on the license as required by Arizona state law. So when you go there, oh my God, this is not Jeremy's address. No, it's the registered agent that's required for an LLC to operate in the state of Arizona. And it gives you that information. And you can check that on the Arizona site. What is a registered agent? Why you need it? It's all verifiable there if you go look for it. The people on YouTube don't. They just post their spam out there. Oh my God, it's fake. It's not giving his address. They just simply don't check. Those are what we call the network or the business as trolls, uninformed trolls. So let's talk about software as a service. What is a software? It's an EA, Expert Advisor it stands for. There's two of them, two versions of the software. There's the Atlas and the Zenith bot. I call them a bot, but they're actually an expert advisor. These trade your crypto automatically 24/7, 7 days a week. Now the Atlas is for any crypto deposits under 2,500. The Zenith is for any crypto deposits over 2,500. And so what happens 7 days a week? You get these trades happening. And it's up to 1% a day for the Atlas, which is under 2,500, and it's up to 1.8% for the Zenith. Now, full disclosure, people will ask, since I've been in every day, since I've been in, which is now 136 days, I think, I've gotten to 1.8. I do not own the Atlas bot. From what I understand from people who got in since December 2nd, they've earned a 1% if they had the Atlas bot, which is one of them is my sister. So I'm pretty sure she's telling me the truth. Anyway, the difference between the two is Atlas earned up to 1% a day. There is no guarantee tomorrow it will be that. But up to now, that's what's happened. Now, the other difference between the two is Atlas, if you want to compound or reinvest your rewards, you have to log in daily and put that back in. Under the Zenith bot, it's done automatically. One of the advantages. They're not going to change that. Some people have asked, can we get the Atlas to compound automatically? No. The answer is no. CEO been asked several times. He said no. So it's no, folks. That is the difference between the two. Now, when you get the software, you can get either one. It's solely based on the amount of deposits you put in there. Now, what happens to the deposit you put in there? Now, we are in a soft launch, as I said. We're about to go live. So what's happened during the soft launch? Several things. One of them was feedback from the community. They said, oh my God, our principal's locked in there for 30 days. Can we do something? The companies listened to that and changed it. Now your principal, which is your original deposit, is locked in there for only 10 days. From day 1 to day 10, you can't touch your original deposits. You can't pull it out. After day 10, should something unfortunate happen, you need all your money out for an emergency or whatever, you can pull it out on day 11 and date through day 75. But there will be an early withdrawal penalty of 25%. After day 75, day 76 and forward, there is no early withdrawal penalty. There's a normal up to 2% withdrawal fee. It's up to 2%. So if you pull it out on day 12, you have the 25-day withdrawal penalty plus up to 2%, depending on what the network fee is. For example, the network fees are based on the actual network itself. Bitcoin, Ethereum usually has the 2%. It's just a heavy fee network. I'm just letting you know. Most people who've done that knows that. USDT, ERC20, the network fees are a little less. I personally, my own opinion, I use USDT, TRC20. I have been paying on my withdrawals about 1.1%. It's not a flat 2%. It's based on, well, Mike, there's other companies charging 5 and 10%. How can Quantro only charge 2%? Because Quantro does not use the withdrawal fee as a source of income. They don't feel pulling out your rewards should be penalized. They don't need that as a source of revenue to pay you, because if you're paying and creating a stream of revenue from withdrawals, how are you creating a revenue stream before the person withdraws? What are they doing to create earnings while your money there? If no one withdraws, how are they creating earnings? Withdrawals should not be an income stream, in my opinion, for companies. That's just my personal opinion. Now, you can use one of 4 coins to deposit: Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, ERC on the network, or TRC network. That's the Tron network. Now, from past experiences, during this craziness of what's going on in the world in the past month and a half, 3 networks have been heavy with traffic. That is the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the USDT ERC, because that's on the Ethereum network. They'll have times when there's a lot of traffic in there. When you make a deposit, you have 30 minutes for the deposit to arrive at the payment processor. If it takes longer than 30 minutes, your deposit will go into this, no other way to say it, pending status. Pending hell, I'd like to call it. And you may have to contact support because it timed out after 30 minutes. And then you're going to have to go through some steps, and we'll share what those steps are. But you have to send in your hash ID, you have to send in the amount of crypto, the date, you have to contact support. Many people have had to. Now, if you put in USDT TRC20, I've done maybe 30 deposits with it over the last 4 months. It usually clears within 2 minutes. It's just my preferred method, and that's I'm basing it on. It's not financial advice. It's just what happened. Now, the minimum withdrawal from rewards is $20, and you can put in any one coin you want, and you can take out any one of the 4 coins you want. Recommendation again, from my personal experience, is USDT TRC20. Less problem, less headaches, and just my opinion. Okay. Now, how does Quantrill deliver the rewards? There's 4 strategies they use. Hedging. Basically, if they think it's going to go one way, you put a little transaction on the other way to prevent substantial losses. There's spot trading. Spot trading is the typical retail trading. You see these charts, the candles, these wedge formations, these flag formations, these reverse wedges, all that stuff that people talk about on retail trading formations. They do that. The other one is called HFT, or high frequency trading. This is why some people ask, can't you do API tied to my MetaMask, tied to my Trust wallet, tied to my Exodus wallet? No, because by the time you execute an HFT bot, it takes 2 to 3 seconds for an API to interact. And HFT is done in microseconds. There may be 3 or 4 trades taken in a second. On average, when the HFT strategy is primed and working, they can take anywhere between 500 to 5,000 trades in a day. So you need a very fast connection for that. Then there's something called a Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo is a simulation where basically AI is working with the EA, and it does thousands of possibilities. What if this happened? What if this? What is this? What is that? It's basically like practicing thousands of what ifs before actually playing the real game. And that is the 4 strategies they use to get the rewards that we see every day in our back office. So, how do they protect us? How do they protect themselves? There's a wide range of those guardrails I was talking about. Every single trade has a stop loss. Every single trade, every trading session has a stop loss. What is the trading session? Retail traders know what I'm talking about. You have the Asian session, London session, New York session. Well, they have their own session, and each session will have a stop loss. Should that period of time, that session, hit some craziness, they'll pause that session or either use the volatility filters they have in place at first to slow down the trading because things are getting a little scary, to prevent losses. These are all designed, and should it get really bad, they'll just turn that session off. They use volatility traders. How do they do that? Every session is overseen by a live trader. That live trader is not taking the trades. Emotions, what ifs, do not come into play with the trader. They are just monitoring to make sure the guardrails are in place and functioning properly. That's Tivo and his team that we talked about. Now, how do you know they're actually taking trades? You can go in the back office, and usually we do this live. But tonight, because we got a lot of stuff, not going to be able to do that, folks. Sorry. But you can go in the back office. You'll see a link on the left-hand side of your menu on your phone. I'm not sure where it's at, but it's still somewhere on there that says Live EA Trade. You click on that. Then there's a button that says Refresh. And you give it on the phone, might take 10 seconds. On my computer, usually takes 5 or 6. And these trades start going by. Depending on how many trades you hit, there's a little refresh button, and you can refresh. Someone did it today. They ran their AI on it. They asked it some questions to validate the trade. And the AI said, yeah, they're doing HFT. Yeah, they're doing this. Yeah, they're doing this. Because there was different trades that the AI was looking at, and it confirmed what he wanted to know. But you'll notice every trade here is visible. And you'll notice here on this screenshot on the blockchain. The blockchain, when you execute a trade on the blockchain, it creates basically like a checkbook, a ledger. You can click on the link on the far right-hand side. It will take you to that particular coin's blockchain, whether it's Ethernet, BSC, blockchain, whatever. Should that coin be on that particular blockchain, and it will give all the details of that particular trade. Now, they also do what I said, HFT. That's high frequency trading. They use Binance. Now, there are some people out there that says Binance trades are on the blockchain. I have taken numerous blockchain trades or numerous trades on Binance, and I can tell you, and if anyone's done it themselves, there's absolutely not a single iota speck of that trade when you execute on Binance, say crypto or BTC to XRP. It's not logged on. There's an internal hash mark within Binance, but Quantro is not going to give you that internal login for the account because that's how accounts are hacked. So those are closed, but you can get the hash ID. Now, in the back office, you can go to documentation or quarterly reports in the back office, and every quarter there is a quarterly audit. They just performed one. The last one was completed on February 19th. The next one is due on May 19th. It shows how many members have joined, how many members have picked this level of membership, how many members picked the higher level of membership, how much money was spent, how much money is under management, how much were the expenses, how much they got traded with. All of that information is in the quarterly report. The last one was completed on February 19th. The next one for the next quarter is due on April 19th. And all of this is in the back office. Now, how does Quantro operate in the United States? It operates as a software as a service. Please pay attention here. There's where a lot of people get somewhat confused. There are two levels of membership. It don't matter what level you get. Let me say that real slow here. It does not matter what level you get. With both levels, you get access to both EAs. If you get the access level and you put in 2,500, you can get the Zenith. If you put in 2,300, you will get the Atlas. Prime membership, if you put in $10,000, you'll get the Zenith. If you put in $200 under Prime, you will get access to the Atlas. The only difference between these two is how much icing, I call it icing on the cake, because what they do over a weekly period, they will send you some bonus trades that you can take on your own. The EA won't take them. You can go to any exchange out there in the crypto world and copy and paste these trades if you want. There's about 5 to 10% of the people doing that. They like taking these extra trades. You don't have to, it's optional. And the difference is Access gets 4 to 5 of those a week, depending on market conditions. Prime gets 8 to 12. That is the only difference. If you don't care about copying and pasting some trades on your own, get Access. Right now, there's no training on it. You have to go to YouTube. There are 100 exchanges out there. Each exchange is a little different. It's a copy and paste, meaning it'll tell you what to look for, where to get in it. If it hits this level, get in. If it gets to this level, take your money and run. If it gets down to this level, close out your trade and come back to fight another day. It's that simple. It's copy and paste. There are some things you have to know, and you can learn that on Google. There will be some training in the near future here. So, like I said, that is the only difference between the Atlas and the Zenith. The number of copy and paste trades you get. You get access to both EAs, which whichever level you get. Now, they have a referral program. Share with someone. There's 7 levels. It's a unit level. You can put 100 people on your front leg. You can put one person on your front leg. It doesn't matter. You put someone on there. They put in $1,000. Let's say like last night, they earned up to 1%. They earned $10. You get 15%. It's that simple. It's a thank you from the company. That 15% comes out of the company's earning, which is earning more than you're making, just being honest with you. And just because they earned 14% last night, we are capped at either 1% or 1.8. Some days they lose, but that's why they make other days, they make 8, 9%. It averages out. They're comfortable with the up to 1% and up to 1.8. Now, to open up the other levels, you can go in the back office and see the requirements. You can go in the back office, click on affiliate summary. It will give you detailed step by step what is required to open up level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's all back there, or you can download the presentation in the back office. Same thing, we'll explain everything the same way. 2 spots, 2 ways to get the information. There's also a bonus structure for those people wanting to help build and share this a little more. When you hit the first level, you get a one-time bonus of 40, not including your deposit, not including your account. If you get $6,000 of crypto deposits underneath you on your first level or second level, if you're qualified for that, depending on the qualifications we talked about, you get a one-time bonus of $450. Now, let's say today you qualified for that. It takes up to 48 hours or 2 payment cycles. A payment cycle ends at 4 p.m. EST. So if you hit it today, payment cycle ends in like 8, 6, 7 hours. Then you got to wait another payment cycle to 4 o'clock, whatever today is, Thursday. And then when you wake up the next day, your bonus will be there. Now, as you go higher in the bonus level, there is also a weekly marketing bonus. This is for people with larger teams. Again, works the same way. Now, this is weekly. If you qualified for the one-time bonus and you got the 3750, your marketing bonus will also be paid on 48 hours. Now, if you qualify today, let's say today is Tuesday, you get your marketing bonus Thursday morning. Every Thursday, you should get the weekly bonus. Should something happen with the server, and guys, Windows, Amazon, Cloudflare, all of them had stuff happen with the server over the last year. That's how servers happen. They happen to break. If it gets delayed for 5 or 6 hours because they're fixing something, those bonuses will get pushed back because it's automatic. It's on a queue. That queue will normally get pushed 5 or 6 hours. And if it happens 3 times over a year, you can just push that bonus back a little bit. The payment that we receive, the rewards, you'll get that every single day on time. Okay? Now, when I talked about your deposits being locked in for 10 days and 75 days, you can pull out rewards every single day from day one as long as they meet the minimum threshold of $20. And these bonuses we talked here about goes up substantially. These are what the copy and paste signals look like. In an example here, this is a short, meaning it's a sell, it's a scalp. It's going to be fast, boom, bam. Now you're looking for Luna. You want to try and get in between 0.13, 0.16, 316. Get in there. If it gets in that range, take TP means take profit. If it gets up to this point or down to this point, since it's a sell, take your profit and run. If it goes up to 1.142, get out and fight another day. These have been averaging about an 80 to 85% win ratio. I have not taken them now for about 3 months. I've talked to people who are in there every day taking these trades. They have the time. I just haven't. They've been getting some phenomenal results. These percentages here are actual results people are getting. This is what I got from January and December testing out the trade. These are based on market conditions. It is not guaranteed you will get 8 trades every single week. When our administration here in the United States and Iran were kind of shooting at each other the first few weeks, there was no trades going on. The world was a crazy place and still is a crazy place, but it was super crazy. So the market was not conducive to try and predict what was going to happen with crypto. So there was hardly any trade. So it all depends on market conditions. So why get involved with Printro? U.S. based, U.S. licensed, U.S. owned and operated. Trades are on the blockchain. Trade 7 days a week. Works in the bull or bear market, and you can reward up to 1.8% a day. Why is it important for you guys on the first time here? You can create a free account and see everything I just talked about in depth, more enhanced. Just create a free account. Please get back with the person. Now we're going to get into the special announcements here, so please, please, please stay on. This was a fast thing. I'm sorry for that. If we went fast, the recording will be sent out. Please get back to the person that shared with the webinar tonight, okay? Get a free account. See what's going on here. It is changing people's lives every day. And let's get into why and how that's going to keep moving forward. So now let's get back to our special announcements, the launch and the process. This is what's so important for everyone. Guys, it's official. Like I said, the launch is April 13th. We are talking 6 days away. But what does that actually mean? First, let's talk about, for all of us network marketers and who've been in this position before, hearing a company going live or having a pre-launch, this is the normal way we have seen it. Now, the normal way is marketers and people go out there and create all this hype. Rich, preemptive, get early bird special, position yourself early, big profits, big money grab, going to go up for the pre-position yourself. Artificial scarcity is created. Leaders stacking the crap out of it. They leak inside hype, aggressive social media spamming. Who has not seen that on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff? You know why? There's no concern for compliance. There's no disclaimers in any of this stuff. It's totally ignored. They don't care. Zooms are popping up everywhere. None of those Zooms are approved webinars. They don't have disclaimers on there. They don't have nothing. They're just hyping it up to get people in. There's no oversight. Pre-launch. We've seen it hundreds of times. All of us have. And you'll see these contests run over and over. And then we're going to work out the issues on the compensation plan. Yeah, you didn't get paid today. Yeah, the bug in there with the comp. Don't worry about it. We'll make up for it. All that stuff. The goal is very simple. Short-term surge of people to get in, get money, and create FOMO, fear of missing out. My God, I got to get in here before this thing crashes in 2 months. How many times have you heard that? Preposition, early bird, all that stuff. It's the hype that gets people in trouble. It's the hype. So the result, what happens and does not happen? Well, there's no feedback from users. Hey, can you fix this? Can you do this? Can you add this? Just totally ignored. No structural changes ever happens during the pre-launch. It just doesn't, usually. Very few true members enhancements take place. No extra benefits because it's just bare bones. Moving forward, they might have some special packages come out where you have to put more money in, and special contests so you can earn something, i.e. put more money in. That's the typical pre-launch thing. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. What happens is overpromising, product delays, leaders jump ship, enthusiasm fails, withdrawal issues, no real oversight. And that little red light, compliance starts spinning faster and faster, like your electric meter when your air conditioner turns on. Now, then they move into the launch phase. Phase 2, the launch. What other network companies? Same model, different name. Same thing. Now they hold live events, contests again, more contests for builders to earn huge reward. They bring in people, free travel, free hotel, free this to the event, charging people, aggressive social media, again, spamming on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere under the sun. Again, compliance of no concern, disclaimers totally ignored. Non-approved webinars happening everywhere. Zooms, it's like the wild, wild west. It's a free-for-all. More contests, more hype, generate large sum of money for the company. The goal, again, is the same thing. Short-term surge of people and money creates FOMO, fear. That's why most companies, after the launch, you see them. They last 4 to 6 months after the launch, and then, well, they gone. Bye-bye. We've seen it. We've been involved in it. Most of us have seen this. So that's what the normal is. Okay? I mean, you can check for yourself. Go to Facebook. Find some of these people promoting stuff. It's not that they're wrong. That's what the norm is. Find someone on Facebook promoting any business that promises money. How many of them have a required income disclaimer? Do you know it's required for every social media post? For every email you send out? It's required by the U.S. if you live in the U.S. It's required in the U.K., European Union, Australia, Japan, Korea. They all require it. How many people actually do it? No matter if it's a fintech company, a service company, if you're talking collecting money and giving some change of lifestyle, whether it's a car, you're winning a free trip to Hawaii, whatever, they have to have that in this disclosure. That's the reason companies don't care. Leaders are just in for short-term gains, hit and run, spam and grab, then the next project, rinse, repeat, over and over and over. I'm sure it sounds familiar. We've seen it. Check for yourself. Go to social media. It's everywhere. It's the real issue. And then what happens? Well, after the launch, 4 to 5 months, momentum starts to collapse after the launch. Trust erodes from overpromising. Social media and other spamming starts compounding issues, compliance, regulatory risk. They start getting on the radar because of the growth and the non-disclosures. Companies get the attention of all the regulatory bodies. This stuff requires more hype, constant hyping cycles, more contests, more special packages, all designed to try and keep the momentum. But leaders disengage because, well, it's time to get out before this shit goes bye-bye. Excuse the French. And then instability, decline, and then poof, we gone, bye-bye. It happened over and over again. We've all seen it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Social media, the risk. Uncontrolled social media doesn't scale growth. It creates risk. For example, income claims with no disclosure by one person up to a $10,000 fine in the United States. If you send out an email to 20 people, 10,000 times 20, that's one individual can cause that. One individual. Hype posted with no content, no disclaimers. One video, one simple video on TikTok. Attention over accuracy. One bad claim, one wrong word, ROI, investment, uh, all those bad words. It's a word game. No oversight, control, or consistency. Triggers regulatory attention. What happens then? We all know. That's not growth.
Oh,
That's exposure.
oh,
Why social media is simply bad. The pitfalls are enormous on social media. You've seen these things. Ground floor opportunity, make $1,000 a day, no disclosure, false promises, no disclaimer, extreme claims. So, how is Quantro trying to change the model? You notice here all the things they're doing here. What's the first thing on the left hand side? Compliance. Compliance, compliance, compliance. Second thing, transparency, disclosure. That's the order we want to set the tempo. The company can ask for it, but it's to us, the representatives, the field, to follow that guideline. So, what's happening here moving forward? There will be no more social media marketing of any type allowed. Let me say that really slow. No more social media of any type. That includes Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. I don't care what it is. Effective immediately. Everything needs to cease. Not only does it needs to cease, it needs to come down. Does that mean you can't market? No. We'll get into that. But everything we looked at as a whole does not meet. And we had some other professionals look at it. They're just not meeting the compliance requirements. It's very strict. And do you want us to keep earning money? Do you want this to survive? It's up to us to police ourselves. Don't let the police give us a ticket. Tell someone to slow down. Tell someone to change lanes. Tell someone politely, let's not do that. So please, any platform out there, you need to have. There cannot be a single social media thing with the word Quantro on it. Please, this has to happen immediately. Don't get anal with people. Don't start yelling at them. Please just remind them to take it down. And in 96 hours, the politeness will turn to sternship. In 5 days, they will get their account suspended. If they don't take it down, they will be terminated, up to termination. Ignorance is not a defense. I want everyone to understand that. I didn't know. Emails will go out. Webinars are told. It is their responsibility to be on these things, to read the emails. If you're not reading your emails, you're not coming on to the webinars. Ignorance is not a defense. When the time comes to protect this community and the company and everyone's funds in there, the company will take extreme action. So, no more webinars on a public platform. What do I mean by that? You get out there, you invite people, and you post the webinar in a social media platform. That's a social media platform. You can still do private ones, but please, if you are doing a private webinar, that's fine. Please, you've got to have certain things on that webinar. You have to have an income disclaimer. You must have a copyright disclaimer. Why copyright? Because if someone copies your webinar, you can then go to Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, say, hey, I gave a copyright protection notice. They cannot use any or any part of this. That account needs to be suspended. They will take action, and Quantro will then suspend their account or terminate them because you gave the notice, legal notice, they can't do that. Ignorance is not a defense. So please have the copyright protection like we do, okay? And that protects yourself and the company. And that's what we're looking for. Why are we doing this? It's real simple, folks. The new social media platform restrictions are required to help meet compliance in a multitude of countries. Yes, it might be extreme in the Philippines. Yes, it might be unnecessary in India. But overall, we're marketing to 200 countries. So we take the worst case scenario and go down. Okay? It's also due to the sheer number of social media platforms. It's near impossible to police all them. So these restrictions are designed to protect the company and us, the community. So how do we market Quantrill? What's allowed? You can absolutely do private webinars, but please, no recordings of the private webinars are allowed to be posted in whole or part on any social media platform, blog or video platforms, guys. It just can't be. Now, that doesn't mean you can't record it and send it out to an individual on your own. Absolutely, as long as it has a disclaimer. Every email you send out needs to have a proper income and crypto risk disclosure in every single message. Remember, it's a $10,000 fine if someone forwards that. It may not happen, but why take the chance? You can go to ChatGPT. Everyone's heard of it. Some of you hate it. I don't care. Go to ChatGPT, tell it I need an income disclaimer, disclosure, crypto disclosure compiled for my email. And it will give you one that is really pretty good. And use that. You don't have to be creative. You just have to know how to tell it what you want, and it will do it. Please use it. No public or webinars of any kind showing any withdrawals. Yeah, I'm doing a live withdrawal. I did a live withdrawal yesterday. Guys, income earnings absolutely not in any way, shape, or form are allowed. These are non-compliant in a multitude of countries. It gives a false impression that the average user can do this. And let's be honest, it's simply not true. The average person working a factory job or down at the restaurant or working at a car dealership is not going to make $5,000 a day. You're giving them false crap. Some people are. I withdrew $11,000. So it's based on work ethic. It's based on marketing distance, your social outreach, and all kinds of other factors. So simply don't give them that false hope, please. That is a huge red flag and gets more companies in trouble than anything else. These types of statements are non-compliant and will get your account terminated. Their ignorance is not a defense. In a one-on-one discussion, if you're talking to someone in a private group, hey, as long as you give the disclaimer and it's not going on social media, do what you feel comfortable with. But give the income disclaimer and tell them they cannot post it on social media and have that copyright, so that if they do, we will take action. They will get suspended or terminated. Ignorance is not a defense, but they have to be told, please. So, what are we doing to help everyone to be compliant? Well, over the next 45 to 60 days, we've been talking about Quantrill Fast Start. It's for new members. It's going to turn into a whole new site. It's going to be transformed. It's going to become the complete go-to site for new members, for marketers, new members looking to invite others with approved, compliant-ready marketing material. It will have some videos you can post on YouTube. It will be teasers like learn crypto, learn how to trade passively, learn how you can earn crypto reward. It won't give the 1.8. It won't talk about the bad trigger words that get oversight. It will be a general teaser. Check the supplies, you know what I mean? Those are the types of teaser we'll get there. Then when they go to your approved marketing system, every user will have an approved marketing page. It will have the most advanced AI out there. And guys, I guarantee you 90% of you have no idea what I mean by advanced AI. This is a conversational AI. It will sound like you're talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger Part 2.0 in Terminator. It will hold a full conversation with your lead, with your prospective, and answer all of them. Over 200 questions it's being programmed to answer. Questions that you haven't even thought of, but over 14,000 members have submitted to us. It will have those answers. So you won't have to worry about giving the wrong information. That will be, and it will be integrated with the compliant email system with all the webinars. That's what we're going to do with the email system. Teaser videos, social media content, a little teaser, learn crypto, little teasers, not talking about how I earned this much, how it earned this much, how much I withdrew. Little teaser videos, little social media posts. Create a little, what's this about? That's what we're going to work on to help everyone who wants to share this, share this. Okay? So, Quantrill Network, like I said, launches April 13th. So, what does this really mean? This is not hype. It's simply the launch is validation. What do I mean? There's no artificial urgency. There's no hype driven surge. There's no short term, hey, we got this special package coming out for launch. Put some more money in. You can get this 1.9% a day or 2.4% a day. None of that crap. The platform has basically became stable. The goal has been achieved. All systems go. Houston says launch. We are ready. All systems have been tested, refined, and are operational. Now what happens? It's basically a transition from testing to execution. AIs are working. EA, the infrastructure has been proven. Core systems are stable and consistent. The foundation is ready to scale. Ongoing updates will continue. How many of you have Windows 10 or Windows 11? Windows 11 launched 2 years ago. I still get an update every 2 or 3 weeks. Is it perfect? By no means. You're still going to have updates. You're still going to have maintenance on the server because those things need to be maintained just like your car. There's going to be short downtime, short uptime, short slow times as things break, things start to wear out. Traffic, there's going to be adjustments, but everything is scaled and it's solid. And we've all seen the response that the dev team does when something pops up. So we're ready to go full bore. So what happens next? Enhanced member tools that we talked about, improved automations and notifications. Those manual trades that you have to watch the back office, watch what's coming in the next 30 days. If you're interested in those, you will be extremely happy. Expansion into additional EA and AI markets. That's a special surprise down the road that Jeremy's working on. Crypto card integration and compliant marketing system rollout that we just talked about. Here's the difference, guys. It's stability over hype. It's compliance over total chaos. Consistency over these spikes and surges. Long-term growth over short-term hit, run, and run. And results speak louder than words. That's what the CEO said. So why aren't we doing a live launch? Why aren't we meeting in Dubai or Thailand or wherever? Nothing to we're not going to do anything to attract prying eyes or regulators. It's just there's nothing to break. It's just going to be a smooth transition from a soft launch to live, stability to business. That's what we're going here on. And 13th, they figure all systems are go. So if you have a problem and you're new, how do you get hold of someone that needs help? Don't contact your upline. Don't contact your sideline. Don't contact anyone else. Contact Quantrill Support. They are highly qualified and can help you directly. You must contact them yourself for your account, not someone else. And it's simple. Even if you can't log into the back office, use someone else's cell phone, computer, whatever. It's support at QuantrillNetwork.com. They do not answer to Telegram. They do not answer to WhatsApp. They do not answer to Facebook. If anyone contacts you on any of those platforms, they are a scammer or a spammer. Quantrill Network will not answer or respond to any of those. Okay? Watch for that. As the company gets larger, the spammers and scammers will come out of the woodwork trying to, quote, help you. Okay? So now, I hope that answers. I'm sure we got a few questions. So let me get out of this screen here, and my moderator's in the background. So I've not done this for a while by myself. So give me a few times here to get to. Let's see. Stop sharing. Camera on. Hopefully we'll come back. There we are. Let me go to the questions. If you have a question, please put it in the question area. I think I have to start from the bottom. I will start. Are there any plan for implementing any guardrails in place, such as withdrawal limits, earning caps, etc.? There are earning caps already in the back office. It tells you about that $1 million. James is asking. What is the relationship to the ownership team? Do you talk with them? We talk to them. Do they respond to emails? They will not respond to your email. No. Ownership will not. That's what support. They are the ones you handle. They respond to us. Our relationship, we are an affiliate, just like you. We are called the master distributor. It's kind of like the chief bottle washer. We talk to the company. We bring concerns from the community to them and also from them to the community. We're a go-between, but we are affiliates. We are in no way employees of the company, Jeff. I hope that answers you. When will Jeremy join this call? He will not. Okay, there's no reason for him to. For the new LLC account availability, can UK members registered with the UK LTD corporations the same way? Gary, I have no unearthly idea. You'll have to ask support that. I am not, that sounds like a legal question. I don't want to give you any, even close to, I just don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of paperwork they need. What it is, I don't know how a UK LLC works. I know for the US, you need it's called Articles of Corporation and something else. There's another document. I'm assuming it's something similar for the UK. I just don't know. I'm sorry, Gary. Support can answer that one, okay? Paul asked, how much control, where did Paul go? I lost Paul. How much control do I have over balance I have in my Binance account? You don't have any control over your Binance account. That is one of the accounts. They trade over 15 platforms, Paul. Binance, you don't have any control. When you put the money in, the company does the trading for you. That's where the HFT and all that stuff we talked about. You said there is an earning limit of 1 million. No, I did not. I said there's a withdrawal limit of 1 million. Guys, if you're putting in $1,000, this is just my belief. If you're putting in $1,000 thinking you're going to build it to $1 million, this project isn't for you. Please don't even think that way. Be conservative. Play with house money is my opinion, my strategy. Pigs go to dinner, hogs get slaughtered. Okay? When you send out email saying it's critical for you to be in order, it scares us a little. That's why I wanted to scare people a lot. I wanted to scare people a lot because I went to YouTube last night and in a matter of 10 minutes, I found 15 non-compliant videos. 15 in just 10 minutes. If I'd have spent an hour on there, I'd have probably found 100. That should scare all of us. That should scare all of us. Okay? After I sign up for I just lost someone's problem. It's flying by fast, guys. I'm sorry. There was something about a $99 thing. I lost it. Yes, I understood. I know you may not get into this, but I'm curious. On the main dashboard, there's a monthly license earning screen. Each month, there's a bar with the amount. Much as monthly earnings, there's also a dark part to hover. Yeah, higher, but I haven't figured out. We'll go into a back office tour and explain that. We'll have a video that explains that. Can you explain the fourth requirement? No requirement. It's explained. We will have a compensation video. We will have a back office. We are going to start onboarding calls. It's for new members. And faststart.com will have much more in-depth video that you can watch at your convenience that explains the entire comp plan, that explains every little bar and graph. Some of them to me are just pretty. To me, they don't have any real bearing on your account. They look impressive. There's some that are important. Some are fluffy. Okay. I don't know when the debit card is not coming out for in the U.S. Just so everyone understands, the debit card, they've hit a snag. It's banks, guys. If anyone deals with banks on a regular thing, they need extra paperwork. They need this. It's still coming out, but there's a little delay on that, okay? How much do I have? I saw that. How many years will this company be in the market? Great question, KP. If I will tell you how many years the company will be in the market, if you can tell me how many years I will be alive, it's about the same thing. I do not have a crystal ball. I'm just sorry, not being facetious. That's just that. Is Quantrill Fast Start required to be used or an option to be used? Required. Quantrill Fast Start is a site with information. If you go to Telegram and don't know a question and you go in there, the answer is on Quantrill Fast Start. Go where the legitimate, correct answer is, not someone who's up at midnight, maybe drunk, and giving you some half-baked answer because they just want to type. Go get the real answer is my suggestion, Jim. I'm probably missing some people because this is flying by right now. Right now, where exactly do deposit user funds sit? They sit in one of the multitude of platforms. We talked about that. There are several platforms. You can go to the back office, see all the exchanges they use, see the different platforms. They balance it out so they can trade all of these. That's where they sit, okay? How many members are in the company? Last was about 15,000. Can you fund Quantrill using Coinbase? You can fund Quantro any way you get crypto. I avoid Coinbase like the plague. They report to the U.S. government. They hold your money for ages, it seems, because they want to, especially if you're a new person. I would not send it from Coinbase to Quantro. I would send it from Coinbase to a decentralized wallet, then to your Quantro network. It creates a middleman so they can't track it. Just something I find out and found out better. No, you're not going to be able to see your balance because you don't have a Binance account, Paul. The company has a Binance account, as I explained. You mentioned competitive companies. Where's the leadership appeared and client lost money? What will keep that from? I pretty much covered that whole thing tonight, Laura. If you're not sure, just watch the replay again. I answered how many members are the limits. I answered that. Can you explain? I did that. Looking forward to video signals. Look that. How many years will the company answer that? Okay. After I sign up with the $99 plan, can I later upgrade to premium? Would that be another $100? Absolutely not. Parker, I sorry I can't pronounce your first name. My apologies. If you sign up for whatever level, that is for 3 months. If you sign up for access level, that is for a quarter. They are paid quarterly. You can get the other package, but you would have to pay the full price. Okay? You said we can manually reinvest profit with Atlas, but I thought you had to wait that amount. No. Cliff is saying I thought you could reinvest or compound on Atlas. You can do what's called a top up, Cliff. Let's say this week I got an extra $100 from my job. I want to put some more crypto into Quantro. I put that $100 in. That's called a top up. That sets a new timer for that $100. Not the $1,000 I put in a few weeks ago, but that $100 now has its own 75-day timer. That's called a top up. If I just want to go in there and I earned $10 last night, that's not a top up. That doesn't reset the timer. Okay? How much can I draw after it grows? Up to what's stated in the back office. We covered that tomorrow. Okay? Brad, I know you don't get this, but I'm curious. We already talked about that. Okay, understood. After I sign up, I did that. Keep with the Atlas CA when I compound manually, does it expand? No. When you compound your Atlas, that is just compounding. It doesn't extend any time limit. The only thing that sets a new timer is when you put additional money in from outside. You're going to your Coinbase and putting the $99 in, for example, or Binance. If you're putting more money in from an outside source, that new fund you put in will have its own independent 75-day timer. Okay? I want to invest money, but I don't want to tell others. Can I get 1.8 interest every day? No, you cannot. You can get up to 1.8%. And I'm not picking on you, Camille. It's very important. When we talk to people, we do not say 1.8%. You're giving them the impression that that's guaranteed. We don't want to do that. You can earn every day. You don't have to tell others. Okay? It's just really important, guys. We understand that. Please. You said the earning limit. No, I did not say the earning limit is $1 million. I said the withdrawal limit, as it states in the back office. All these answers, guys, questions you're asking, are actually in the back office in the presentation. Honestly. It says the withdrawal limit per day is $1 million. You can withdraw one time within a 24-hour cycle. Withdrawals take up to 24 hours, okay? When does the cycle end? Mike, it's whenever the pay cycle ends. Right now, I think it's 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? If I start with 250 and I'm going, can you ditch your account and move to the other one? No, you cannot, Terry. You're locked in for that. If you start out, say, with $1,000 and you get up to $2,500, if you're under the 75-day, you can pull it out. You're going to pay the early withdrawal penalty. If you go over the 75-day period and you have 2,600 in Atlas, my recommendation, just my recommendation, not financial advice, pull it out, pay 2%, and put it in then into the Atlas. You don't have to get a new membership because you can get both access. Once you get 2,500, wait till your 75-day cycle completes, pull out, pay 2%, put it in the other one if that's what you want to do. Okay. Let's see here. What happened? I locked up here. If I start, I answered that. Just connecting to Ghana. Is the meeting about over? Yes, Constant, I'm sorry. You didn't answer the earning cap. I did. Is there any plan for a stop gate? William, it's already in the back office. Already posted that. It's been in there from day one. I did answer that actually twice. The 15% we earn from the first level account, do we earn this forever or does it stop their account grows? You earn it as long as the person is earning money that's giving you the 15%. If their account drops, you earn 15%. If their account increases, you earn that. Can you take out the 15% daily? No. You can take out the 15% when it reaches the minimum threshold of $20. The minimum withdrawal, whether it's in rewards or affiliate earnings, is $20. Those are two separate wallets, okay? David? Can you share one working session on how to trade with manual signals, please? That will be coming in the next 30 days. When we deposit money, it goes through instantly, but when we withdraw, there's a delay, multiple hours. Why is that? Because that's a company policy. There's a lot of reasons. There's compliance. If you want to go read a 14-page document, you're more than welcome. Go into the back office, go to the grid site, go to documents. There's money laundering policy they have to follow. They have to check and make sure the wallet you're withdrawing to is not on the do not on a frivolous list. They have a third-party provider. They check your wallet to make sure your wallet has not been blacklisted. They have to wait for that company to come back and say that wallet is not on the, I'll call it the do not fly list or do not pay list. Sometimes that company takes hours to respond because of surges in their response. 24 hours, real simple. What's the earning cap? I already talked about that in the back office. Go read that, hit withdrawal, it'll tell you. You have a video posted on Vimeo. Can I use that on my website? I don't know what video is posted on the website. I have a lot of videos on Vimeo, on Bob on Vimeo. So you have to be a little more specific. If you contact me, if it's just a step on how to do something, absolutely. Just don't post it on social media. And you got to have a disclaimer on your website, okay, Gary? Or Bob, sorry. When will the debit card be ready? When the banks say they are. Banks can be finicky. Gary, it's just the way it is, okay? The crypto card will be a debit card. It will not be it will when it's ready. Absolutely. Can you find a Quantrill account? I answered that. Will there be a phone number? Nope, never will be. People are over 200 countries. Just one phone support for people in Texas wouldn't make sense. There will be no. There's live chat during normal hours for the U.S. time. Live chat and email. I'm not sure why people would need a phone number. I'm not a robot. Recapture is still causing frustration. Is there plans to resolve this by lunch? Kelly, there's issues. Upgrade your server. Update your browser. Delete your cookies. Delete your cache. Reinstall your browser. Get the latest version. It's been solved and tested numerous times by numerous people. It's working fine. So it's something on your end. I'm just not attacking you, Kelly. Do you have the latest version of Chrome? Do you have the latest version of Firefox? Have you cleared your cookies? Have you cleared your cache? Those are issues. Are you in there too long? These are some issues that have happened, okay? We're going to throw a request in. Once the step happens, process, go read Bitbook. It's a 20-step process. They take care of it. All you need to know, Stephen, is you get your money in 24 hours. Going by a step-by-step process, sorry. Can you provide a single example? We talked about that. If you're worried about Facebook and all social media, then how you're calling yourself real company. Perez, I don't even understand what you're talking about. Yourself real company. It's not my company. I'm an affiliate. I think we covered that, Perez. I'm worried about Facebook, social media for everyone here. As is the company, we're the master distributor, so we're passing along the word. As I said, we can't reshare the content you guys posted in the official Telegram if we have our own established group on social media. No, you cannot post anything on social media. Nothing of any kind can go on social media. You can have it in your own Telegram room. That, as long as it's closed. If it's not open and every Tom, Dick, and Harry can join, absolutely. Okay? But we will give approved content on social media that you must use. Any other content posted, first offense will be suspension. Second offense, termination. That's Non-negotiable. The company is not going to risk hundreds of thousands of people's accounts for someone to create their own social media. It's just not worth it. I understand, Gary. Other companies do that. We're not. Okay? Scalping out the debunkers. I'm not really sure. Is there a duration my investment will end? When you pull out your money, Herbert, it ends. Okay? When I start with Zenith and top off in the future, or less than when it's called, no. We already answered that. You have to pull it out and put it in another way. Any other changes? What are the new upcoming changes? We've talked about that for the last hour. Even if Quantrill does not report to the IRS sends John Doe a notice. Will Quantrill comply with the share? No, they will not share it. You are responsible for tracking. We covered that at the beginning of the webinar. Why don't these people ever join calls to help us feel safer? Jeff, same reason no one joins a call when you buy a Samsung or an Apple phone. Seems logical for a finance company. Huh? Well, if you don't like it, Jeff, wish you the best. But they will join a call once a month. He's been on 14 calls, Jeff, with leaders and other people. So he has joined calls. So has the operations manager. So has the support. Matt's even been on a call. So, Jeff, they have been. I know one of the call that was company wide, we had a technical issue, but they've been on numerous calls, Jeff. Physical address of the company. There is no physical address. It's a virtual address. Jeremy lives in Texas. Maria is in India. Thibault is in Asia. Paul is in UK. Would you like them to sit in all their individual offices and then just stare at the wall? There's no real reason. More and more companies have went to a virtual environment because it's an international company. They have maybe 20 people. People from India can't fly into the office in Texas. There's no point. So that type of environment died with COVID. Just simply died with COVID. There's really no reason for it anymore. Unfortunately, that's just the blunt truth. Selena, I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce your address. I think we covered most of the questions. I hope. Guys, we are going to send out a recording of this. It will be posted in our Telegram room, and it will be sent out in an email. You are more than welcome to send it out to individuals with the income disclaimer on it. Please do not post it to social media. If it's posted to social media, that person will face immediate suspension. Immediate. And if they do it again, it will be termination. Okay? We don't want that. We don't want no one to lose. They'll get their money back and say, hasta la vista, baby. We won't keep the money. Nope. We'll send back your principal. But if you violate the rules, there are consequences. Okay? Please share this with people. If you share people, let them know the rules. Let's protect ourselves. Let's police ourselves and make this company last 2, 3, 4 years. It's changing people's lives. There's people been in since December. We get comments all the day how this has changed their lives. Let everyone enjoy this. Let's keep it simple and calm and protect ourselves, okay? Please. That's all we're asking. Help us help you. Help Quantrill help you. Okay? Thanks, everyone. We'll have another presentation Thursday. It will be a repeat of this presentation because some people just by default won't watch it for some reason. They'll go out there and put the stupid videos out there, and come Monday the hammer will fall. I'm letting you know, come Monday the hammer will fall. So please let people know in a polite way, a nice way. Hey, you might want to watch this. There's some social media platforms, some requirements coming. Please let them know. Let's be respectful of everyone. Let's let them know in a polite, informative way. Thanks a lot, everyone. We appreciate your time, and everyone have a great night.